everybody. How's it going? Let's see. Are we live? We are live somewhere, and now we are live on YouTube. How's it going, everybody? Excuse me. I hope your day is going well. Yeah, so today is pretty much gonna be a Raid Shadow Legends only live stream. That's about what it's gonna be. Unfortunately, I would like it to, be an Apex live stream, but sometimes it's just not possible. Hey, what's going on, comrade? What's up, man? How's it going? How's it going? Just changing some stuff here. Excuse me. Oh man. I'm not feeling so great today. Oh man. All right. So, okay. Now we should be able to close this out, I believe. I just had to make sure that it said that I was streaming what I am streaming over on Twitch there because, sometimes it doesn't do that the way it's supposed to. So let's do that, and then let's go here to here. There we go. All right, we are set up and ready to stream. But yeah, what's going on, PP? How's it going? Or Curry, what's going on, my dude? What's good? What's good? Yeah, so I gotta stream a little bit of Raid Shadow Legends because I have a bunch of stuff on Raid Shadow Legends that I need to be doing and have yet to do. So yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and jump on into it. We're gonna play some music here. Not that. That sounds better. All right, we're gonna play some music, and I'm gonna mute the music where only you guys are hearing it. I no longer hear it. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy the music. I won't be listening to it. But yeah, Raid Shadow Legends. Here we go. I don't know why, but I said at the beginning, I'm not feeling so good today. I don't know what it is, but like I just woke up and like it I feel like I'm sick. I don't know what it is, but like I feel like I've got like mucus coming out of every orifice. I feel like I got a cough all the time. Like I don't know, man. I just feel awful for some reason. I don't know what happened, but yeah, I just do not feel good. So yeah, on top of not feeling good, I've got a lot of stuff I need to do on Raid Shadow Legends, so that's why we're not playing Apex. That's why we're playing Raid Shadow Legends. Dang. But yeah, man, I don't know. And like I was trying to blow my nose and nothing would come out, and it's like now the games just keep crashing for some reason. So I've had to restart Raid Shadow Legends like 3 times now because the game just keeps crashing for whatever reason. There we go. All right. But yeah, I don't know why. But yeah, man, today's already like I woke up and it's not been a good day so far. I felt sick for some reason. Like not like sick like I feel sickly. Like whenever you just feel sick. No, like sick as in like I've got a cough and I've got freaking sinus stuff that's annoying. Because I shouldn't have a sinus problem, which to me suggests it's allergies, but I don't know. I didn't spend that long outside yesterday, and as far as I know, it wasn't so dry that it should have been like a high pollen day today. But I actually might want to look that up. Let me look that up right quick. Not such a nice day for me either. What's happening, man? What's happening on your side of the world over there? And of course, the internet just stops working right now. Hopefully, my internet. Oh yeah, heads up to anybody who's in the stream if it is still live, because I don't know if it'll ever just cut off. My internet over the past few days has been just absolute trash, Hey, what's going on, Huss? It's been a minute. My internet over the past few days has just been trash, and it'll just randomly stop working for no reason. That's happened to me like 4 times over the past few days. Also, my power's gone out like twice in the past few days. So the power could go out or I could lose internet at any moment for no reason. So hopefully the stream goes smoothly, but usually it's been happening like later at night. So I doubt it'll happen right now, but I did lose internet. Like I ended the stream yesterday, and within 15 minutes of ending the stream yesterday, my internet completely cut out. No internet on my computer, no internet on my phone, no nothing. So, yeah, hopefully it's fine. But right now, the internet on my phone is not working at all. So that's great. Like I've literally clicked on 5 websites. And it's not doing anything. That's great. Okay, so grass pollen in my area is high. That's what it's saying. But all the other pollens it's saying are fine, at least according to that website.
Click or tap the banner to fuel your workout.
I don't know. So apparently maybe I'm allergic to grass pollen. I don't know. Anywho, yeah, I've been extremely busy, but I should be able to make it to the stream tomorrow and the next day. Nice, man. Well, congrats. I'm glad life has slowed down enough for you to be able to, you know, do some more things that you hopefully enjoy, aka being here. I'm glad to see you, man. Let's see. Let's collect our clan boss rewards. See if we got anything cool. Nothing cool there. Dang it. Sell. Thing. And let's see if we got something cool here. No. We did not get something cool. Thing. And alright. We need to do our clan boss runs, but I'm gonna try and use up some of this energy first. Right now, we are in the tail end of the fusion for this character here. And so I need to do a bunch of stuff, aka events and tournaments. So I need to artifact enhancement event. I have already completed as far as fragments are concerned. Can't get any more from here, so that doesn't really matter. Dungeon Divers event, I will be completing that by doing other events that I need to do. And then tournament points, I need to do tournaments. To do tournaments, I need to do arena, which I will just be doing, and I'll probably get those rewards by doing my normal arena amount that I do. I need to do this event, which is champion training event. I still need to do some of that, and then I need to do Ice Golem. So Ice Golem is the furthest thing from completion, so I'm going to jump in and run this on auto for that. But because I already am in the red in energy, as far as like I need to be using this energy, not, I'm gonna go ahead and jump into arenas and try and see if there's somebody I can fight over here first, and then we'll go back. Oh, okay. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and use all 10 of our arena tokens right now, and then we're gonna jump into Ice Golem, if I can remember that that's what I said I was gonna do. So I've heard there's a new event in Apex. Do you know what it's about? If it's a new event from like yesterday, no. But there is a new map in arenas that a lot of people tend to like. I don't know. I'm a bit indifferent. The thing is like once you get into that, to me, arenas is similar to CS:GO in the sense that like those kind of maps are designed very specifically for what they are, which is like playing angles and having good map awareness. And it's really good at being that. But the problem is those maps all, to me, feel the same when I'm interacting with the map. It's just a different skin. So to me, it's more of the same, just looks different. And it looks cool, sure, but it's kind of just the same thing. But as far as any other event, there's an event which is, I mean, I wouldn't really call it an event, but there is an event where you can get new skins. But, you know, to me, that's not an event because there's nothing free. Oh, wait, there's there's a Rampart thing that's free. You can get a legendary Rampart skin that to me honestly looks like an epic skin, and a skin for the devotion, I believe, and a charm, or maybe it's a banner. It's some other thing that like I would never use, so I didn't really pay attention. But it's a weapon skin and a Rampart skin. But I don't even know what I actually have to do to get points in that. I just have managed to get points in that. So, let's see. So, not a nice day for me either. Curry says, I got a result on business, which I expected more of. Randomly had a coughing fit in class for my main, for a minute straight, probably because of acid reflux. And I was gonna stay 1 hour extra in school after school for a stupid French intervention. Is that what that says? However, there was a fire nearby, a big one, and the school had to get evacuated. Hey, man, I mean, that's good for you. Sucks for the people that's thing, whatever it was, business or whatever, caught on fire. Oh, man. Well, I mean, or unless you wanted to do the French thing, but I mean, I don't know. To me, the only thing I wanted to do after school that involved school was sports. And even then I was like, I'm tired of these people. I want to do my own thing. I don't want to be around these people, but I enjoyed sports enough that it kept me there. But, so I thank the Lord for that. Okay, so you didn't want to do it. All right, cool. No one was hurt, so all right. Well, that's good. I'm glad nobody was hurt. But at the same time, I mean, if they didn't have insurance, or if they did have insurance and their insurance company is a bunch of jerks, I mean, hopefully everything turns out all right. It's never a good thing when somebody loses a business or a house or whatever caught on fire. It's usually a big, long ordeal just to get what you're paying for, which is your insurance money. It's funny, like you're paying this business, you're paying them every month just in case something bad happens, which may never happen. Like the idea of insurance always just boggled me. I'm gonna pay you $100 a month just in case I mess up, or I could just not mess up and not pay you the $100, keep my own $100, and then not have to deal with you trying to not give me my own money back whenever something bad does happen. Because everyone that I've ever talked to that has had to actually use the money, like for instance, you have home insurance. I had a buddy. He had bought this home. The home basically it turns out it was in worse condition than they thought, and it basically ended up falling apart with them living in it. And they had house insurance. Well, it took them close to 2 years to get their home insurance that they were paying for, that actual payout, the money that they were paying for. It took them almost 2 years to get that money. It's like, at that point, it's almost not worth the time. They had to spend 2 years constantly trying to get the money from this company. At that point, they should have just saved the money that they were paying that company and just done it. The problem is in America, you're required to have insurance. It's like insurance is just one of the biggest scams ever. So, to the people that, their business or house caught on fire, I'm sorry, and I wish you luck in trying to get your own money back from this company that you were forced to pay. Because in America, at least, I don't know about over in the UK, but in America, you're forced to buy insurance. And every time I've ever talked to anybody who's actually had to get money from the insurance company, if it's something major, it's such a pain. It's like it's just a scam. It's a scam that you're forced to pay for. Anyways, sorry. Random tangent rant. You guys know they happen sometimes. All right, we have used all of our arena tokens, so now we need to head over to the ice golems thing and fight him a bunch. That's what we're doing now. So, we're gonna go ahead and use some gems. Yes, I'm extremely low on gems, but this event I was not prepared for as much as I should have. And it's funny because I've spent so many resources getting this champion, and I don't even really want this champion. I don't need this champion for anything. Like, this champion, don't get me wrong, this champion is insane. This event champion is insanely good if I could get it on my secondary account. But for this main account that I have, it's just not. He's just not that good. He's good for an account that needs him, but my account doesn't need him. So, like, I've been spending all these resources trying to get him, and I'm like, I don't even really need him, man. I kind of don't. All right, so that account will be running in the background here. We're going to switch over to the second account. But before we get into stuff on this account, I am going to read comments because I keep getting behind. We're going to go ahead and grab this, and bang. All right. No, close. Close all the stuff that I don't want to. Close. Go away, pop-ups. I don't care about you. All right. We are done clicking through the pop-ups. Let's claim our reward. Now I can read.
Americans are using GoodRx to save on their prescriptions.
I was working with a major
No one was
corporation, and
hurt.
there were several of us who were given our device. Once
My
that
coughing
happened, I
fit was
hit
like
my
3
choice
minutes
for Goodrx.
actually.
I
Well,
don't
it
care.
came
Times I can use
in
GoodRx,
2
and
waves.
it's
Oh, jeez.
cheaper than even going
It's
through
cool.
the
I was
prescription
supposed
plan
to
with
stay until
Medicare. While it was
5:15.
Join Terra and start
Oh
saving on
yeah.
your
So
prescriptions. Download the
I had
GoodRx
to
app
pick
today.
up
In 2020,
300.
GoodRx users received an
Wait,
average savings
pick
of over
up the
70%
300
off
meter
retail
because the
prices.
100 meter
Users
got full.
compensated for their time,
Oh
medicines,
man.
and insurance.
No,
You've had
that
the
stinks.
idea for months now. You've
I
told
would
your
not
friends
want to
about
have
it,
to
your
go
mom,
from
your
running
mom's
the
mom,
100
your
meter to
yoga
running a
instructor.
300 meter.
You've worked
No.
out
The
every
300
detail,
meter,
the name,
if you want to
the
be
logo.
competitive in the
Now it's
300
time
meter
for
in a
Squarespace.
300 meter
But you know
run,
nothing about
it's
websites?
really hard.
Squarespace it. Worried about it looking good?
Like the
That's what
400's
templates are
worse,
for.
but a
Squarespace.
300,
But you need
like
more than a site?
going
You need
from
a whole
100 to
brand,
300
social
is a
campaigns,
massive
promotion,
difference
the
when
whole
it
nine
comes to
yards?
like
Squarespace it. It's that
if you're
easy.
actually trying to be
Got an
competitive.
idea? Squarespace it.
Anyways.
Use offer code Spotify for 10% off your first.
Sorry, ADHD, man. Today is, it's just, I think because I'm feeling somewhat like sick, it's like, it's messing with me. It's making my ADHD worse than it normally is. Bang, bang. And ding, and all right. So on this account, I am nowhere close to getting this champion. Where is he? I have 20 fragments. Yeah, nowhere close to getting this champion on this account. Can I level up champions here? I do not have a bunch of food prepared, so the champion training is not likely to happen. I essentially just need to go and do arena. This account, it's going to be probably easier for me to get the arena event done. Yeah, there we go. All right. Ooh, I can't beat that team. Cannot beat that team on this account. I can on the other account, but not on this account. That's even better for me because I get to roll everyone. Nice. Okay, never mind. Well, if you told me in high school I had to go from running 100 meters to 300 meters in a race, yeah, no, I'm gonna be mad at you because I do not want to do that. But I kind of wanted to relay, but it's fine. It was a vegetation fire. Okay. Oh, so like it was like a forest fire kind of thing. Gotcha. Right near our school. I think it's more slow people are picking races after 200 meters. No, it's not that like slow people are picking races after 200. Oh, like in your competition. Sure. 200 meter was full as well. Oh, okay. It might be like, so the thing is with like the 400 meter, I'm trying to remember what they told me because they tried to get me to run the 400 meter once because I was pretty fast. And they tried to get me to run a 400 meter. And basically what they said it was like run, coast, sprint, pray. So you're trying to get up to, so like that was the like thought process. It was broken down by 100 meters. So for the first 100 meters, you're trying to run fairly fast, like almost to a sprint. You're trying to run. Then you're going to stride it out for 100 meters, try and like recover. Then you're going to sprint as hard as you can for the last 200 meters. And then that last 100 meters before the finish line, you're just trying to pray. That's the idea. Is you're trying to basically cause separation in that last 200 meters. That was the thought process they said to go through in the 400. So you know it's bad when they say basically for the last 100 meters you're just trying to pray. That's kind of the idea. So yeah, no, I hated that event. And also I will say that we had people on my track team that were really good at the 400 meters, and I was not. I wasn't good at anything past. I think they had like I ran a 200 before, but like realistically, the 100 meters, that's where I'm gonna be. Like that's my sweet spot. 100 meters and triple jump. You ask me to do anything that actually has any amount of distance, I'm not gonna be good at it. And I wasn't good at the 4x. They did a 4x1, I believe, in one of the track events, and I wasn't good at that either. Because the 4x1 requires a little bit more. Like the 4x1 requires more coordination than just running, so I wasn't good at it. I have enough stamina for it. My thing wasn't. Well, I guess it was. My thing wasn't like I was out of breath stamina. Like my cardiovascular health was good, but my stamina was trash. My ability to keep my muscles going was trash. But my cardiovascular health was good. My stamina wasn't. So yeah, I didn't have the stamina. To maintain high speed, it's fine by me. Yeah, in my competition, 300 meters with 300 eyes watching. Nah. I think the biggest track event we filled a stadium, but my high school's stadium wasn't like huge. It could probably fit like maybe 2,000 people, so it wasn't like crazy, but you know, it was 2 schools worth of people and parents. So it was a lot of people, but like they weren't watching me. They were watching all the runners, because track, it's called track and field. Basically, it's track and field's over there. That's kind of what it is. So everybody pays attention to the runners. Nobody was paying attention to me over there jumping. But, unless it's pole vault. People pay attention to pole vault because it's, you know, kid flying through the air like 16 meters in the sky. You know, it's like, you know, or 16 feet in the sky. I don't know what the measurements they do pole vault in. I never tried pole vault. So yeah, people pay attention to pole vault, but that's about the only field event people pay attention to. That and discus, because you actually can't run. Where my school was, they had the discus ring on the inside of the track, so basically you couldn't be running the track while people were throwing discus. So people paid attention to discus because all the running had to stop, and then they'd throw a discus, and then so people pay attention to those 2 field events. Other than that, it was just all people paid attention to the people around them. That's kind of what it was. Only problem is gonna be in the grass if it goes wet or not. I don't know. Like if you're running in grass, you should be wearing cleats, man. Wear cleats. I hate running on grass. I'm gonna start with full speed, start with full speed, slow a very tiny bit after reaching 150 meters, then all in the final few meters. Hey man, I mean, you just gotta do you. The thing is, if you know your body, you can get away with that. But if you don't know your body, like for me, in high school, I didn't know my body well enough to know like if I was going all out. I do in the gym now, but I didn't really when I was that young. So essentially what I just tried to do is I tried to stay in front of the next fastest dude, which worked for me most of the time. I'm just gonna like, sprinting was easy because it's all out for 100 meters. That's it. Like it's real simple. I am just going as hard as I can possibly push my body for 100 meters. Easy. But if you ask me to do that, like slow up, I don't know how much to slow up. Like, you know, basically it was all out or nothing. Or it was, I'm going to push my body just hard enough to stay in front of this dude, which was basically, if I had a good race, it was because it was either I was going all out the entire time as hard as I could, or I was just trying to stay in front of the other dude, which meant in track meets, my times varied wildly. because if I was competing in any event that required like 200 meters or greater, my 200 meter times were like anywhere from ridiculously slow to fairly good, not competitive, but fairly good, because I was just trying to beat the guy next to me. That's all it was. So like my but yeah, that I wasn't good at track in that sense of knowing like how much to slow up and all that. I was just going all out all the time. That was my way of running track in high school. I'm gonna practice running around my park to see how it goes before it happens. My stamina sucks, but I think I can do it. All of the 300 will be watching me after I zoom past everyone else. Hey man, well, good luck with that. If I can run 100 meters in 11 seconds, I can probably run, do this in 35 seconds. Yeah, who knows? Well, here's the thing. If 11 seconds sprint, yeah, you're probably right. I was going to say you have to worry about the fact that in sprinting, you're going all out the entire time, whereas this, you're saying right now, you're not going to go all out the entire time. But also in sprinting, you have to get up to speed, whereas for the next 200 meters after that first 100 meters, you're already going to be up to speed, so you don't really have to worry about that. So there's a give and a take towards it. So yeah, you should be able to get that, I think. I don't know. I also haven't sprinted in a long time. Wow, we actually failed this? What happened? Why did I fail? This almost never fails. Why did it fail? I don't understand. I don't understand what happened. Why did we lose? Anyways. I don't know why I even looked over there. I was like, oh yeah, let me check this out. Check back in on this other account, and we're losing. I mean, we shouldn't be. All right, bang bang. And let's check this. What is it telling us? Classic Arena. We got some energy here. And then Champion Training Tournament. Okay, we actually can get ourselves some fragments from this. So I guess we're going to do Champion Training over Ice Golem on this account. So let's go into here, here, and here, 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 and here, and here, and here, and here. All right. So for now, we're just going to let this account run on my macro. The problem is with the macro is it doesn't stop once they reach max level. It just keeps going forever. So I need to stop this macro before we end up wasting energy. That's kind of the idea here. So I need to actually watch this screen for a little while. However, it depends on how slow I will go after 150 meter point and my glued up butt cheek. Gotcha. Or I might as well go full speed the entire thing and cry like a baby at the end of the race. Yeah, that's what happened to me. If you put me, that's part of the reason why I wasn't good at running those races, is because most of the time it was, I'm just going to go all out the entire time. And basically by the end of the race, like for me, essentially what races became. So I was saying the like theory behind the 400 meters was like run, coast, sprint, pray was like the idea. For me, it was essentially sprint, slow down because you can't sprint anymore, pray. That's essentially what the 400 meter was for me. Is it was like I sprint until I can't anymore, and then I'm just praying to cross the finish line. That's what every race was for me that was past 100 meters. That's what it was. Or I might as well go full speed. The faster I get done the better. I probably won't suffer an aneurysm. Sure. So I'm going all in. All right. I would pay attention to people racing me. I wouldn't pay attention to people racing me. I just go all out as if it's just me running the max I can without any viewers. Well, I mean, if that works for you. For me, the more competition I had around me, the better I would perform. Like, because I'm just one of those people. I'm just competitive. So, like, if I'm bench pressing, I won't do... I'll do pretty good. I'm pretty good at bench pressing. But if you put people next to me that are in the same strength range as me, I will try and bench more than them, which means I'm going to perform better than I would if I don't have competition. I just always perform better in competition. If it's something I'm good at. So, but if you put me in a competition at something I'm not good at, I will be awful at. So, for instance, like if you put me in a chess tournament, I'd do better than I normally play chess because I'm in competition. But if you put me in like a 3D chess tournament, which I don't know if you've played that before, but it's like 3 chessboards, I don't know what I'm doing at all. I know the basic concepts of chess, but I don't know how to play 3D chess. I will play worse than normal because I'll get stuck in my, like, I won't even play as good as I would normally play regular chess. Like, I will play absolutely awful. So, like, if I'm confident in what I'm doing, then I'll perform better than normal. If I'm not confident in what I'm doing, I will play way worse than normal. So, like in football, I performed great on the field during a game in football. Unless I wasn't confident because we started doing new plays or we changed up like the same, like what was it? A 90. You like, or like, no, it was like a 93 was the name of the play originally, which meant you run out and then run at this angle. Well, then they changed it like my senior year to something else where it was like an 80 or something like that was like the call for the play to do the same thing. And so because like I remember it as this and then this means this, I was always like I was in my own head, so I played worse than normal. That kind of. So yeah. But that's just me. I might have underestimated how long this race is, but I don't care. I'm going all out. Sure, man. I mean, the thing is like they've always, so the way I was told to prepare for track meets is you always train for more than you're actually going to have to do in the track meets. So I was a 100-meter runner, right? In track. I did the 100 meters all the time. So if I'm doing the 100 meters, essentially I want to train for the 200. Basically, the most you ever want, if you're going to be training for the 100 meters, the most you ever want to run in like training for that is like 400 meters. You don't really want to go much past that. You don't need to go much past that. Which is part of the reason why whenever I go from, I was training to be a 100-meter runner, then you try and get me to run a 400, I'm going to suck at it because I wasn't training the way the 400-meter guys are training. 400-meter guys, whenever they're training, they're running 800 meters. Like, you always want to train for more than you're going to have to do, so that way your cardiovascular health can easily handle it and your endurance can easily handle it. That's kind of the idea. And I did just get a text from my dad, so I kind of want to see. Okay, it's all good. I was going to see if it was something important, but it's not. But yeah, so that's kind of the idea. If you're going to be running a 300-meter race, ideally for the past few months, you should have been training, running, probably closer to 800 meters, realistically. But, you don't have time to, you can't go back in time and but that's kind of the way we did it in high school, and it worked out fairly well. We had a pretty stacked track team. So. Jeez. My dad texted me, and then somebody else texted me. It's like nobody was texting me, and now everybody wants to text me at once because one person texted me. People are weird. It works for me. I ignore the people around me and just push myself all the time with a mentality of me just pushing and pushing. Yeah, no. See, I can't do that. To me, it's a competitive thing. I will perform better when my competition is better. Like, why do people... Another person texted me. Dude, people chill out. I'm about to turn off my dang phone. It went from nobody texting me to where now there's 3 different people texting me all at once. I'm not replying to them, but my phone's just like lighting up over and over and over again. People want to keep texting. Man, people annoy me so but yeah, no. You guys don't, but I don't know what it is, but I've always hated cell phones. Like, cell phones feel like they were a thing that was almost forced on me. Like this, I seek you guys out. I want to talk to you guys. Whereas the phone, it feels like something I'm almost forced to carry around, and people just instantly have access to you all the time. That's the type of thing that is. But yeah, what was I saying? I was talking about track. Oh yeah. I just like, for me, I thrive in competition. If you put me out in the middle of nowhere, like if this was like ancient times, right? You put me out in the middle of nowhere and I'm forced to survive on my own, I'll survive. But if you put me in a tribe where there's competition to survive, I will thrive. That's just the way I work. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I just like, I'll barely try enough to be semi-successful unless there's competition, and then I will thrive. That's just the way I've always been, no matter what it is, mentally or physically. I think that's one more. Wait, I think that's a way more drivable motive in a race. I mean, sure, if you're trying to perform at the like if you're trying to be the best all the time, like if you're trying to run like you said you think you can run an 11-second 100 meter. If you're trying to run an 11-second 100 meter 10 times over the course of the track season, then that's what you need to do. But if you're trying to win every race, you don't necessarily need to run an 11-second 100 meter every time, because there's going to be kids that aren't going to be as fast as you sometimes. That's kind of the way I did it, which isn't necessarily the way you should be doing it. But you know, it is what it is. I may be the fastest vegetarian in my school. I mean, probably. Usually vegetarians aren't that fast. So yeah, probably. I know that. So I went to, I don't know if I told you guys this or not before, but I went to a hippie middle school, basically. And I was one of the only kids there. Most kids there were vegans or vegetarians. I was one of the few kids there that ate meat. Like, when I say few, I think it was like 10 kids there that ate meat. Basically, anybody that ate meat at my school was like doing great physically. Like, everybody that I can think of that was a meat eater at that school were like the physically active kids that were like actually physically fit. Those were the guys that were in shape, were all the guys that were eating meat. That was basically what it was. And so essentially I had 10 kids out of the entire middle school. I had like 10 kids that were actually competition for me, and none of them were really that much competition for me. I had grown up, you know, doing taekwondo. I had grown up doing soccer. I went soccer, taekwondo, or soccer, swimming, taekwondo, basketball, football, and then like it was flag football, but football. So I grew up like playing sports all the time. So basically anything that required strength, yeah, I was going to be doing all right. But yeah, basically all the vegetarians and vegans at my school, yeah, no, they were really weak. To the point where it was like laughable whenever they tried to like, there was one who was like always trying to act tough. He was a vegetarian, and I was like, dude, I can't, like, you can act tough all you want, because if I fight you, I will hurt you bad enough that I will get in trouble. Like you can fight somebody, and as long as nobody says anything, at least whenever I was going to school, you could get in a fight and basically nobody would say anything and you'd be good. Like, it was just the fight, and then the fight was over. You guys would get in trouble, but it'd be a slap on the wrist because nobody would say anything, and it would be over. Like, that would be the end of it, right? Well, what the problem was with him is I was worried that I would get in a fight with him, and then I would like break a bone, like break his bones by accident. I was like, you look fragile. Like, I don't want to fight you because I don't want to hurt you so bad that I actually get in like legal trouble. Because if you break a kid's bone in a fight, you're gonna get in legal trouble. They're gonna come after you for that. So it was like, I never ended up fighting that kid, but he wanted to fight me all the time. I'm like, no, I don't want to. Like, one of the other, like I was saying, there were like 10 people that actually ate meat, and those were the guys that were actually physical competition for me. One of those kids, one of the bigger ones, tried to fight me as well. I smacked him once, and that was the end of the fight. That was it. Like, it wasn't but that was like, we were doing like boxing. We were doing like slap boxing, and that was the end of the round. So that wasn't really a fight. But you get what I'm saying. Like, I was like, I slapped him once, and that was the end of it. And I was like, okay, so yeah, if I do that to that kid, that skinny vegan kid over there, I might break a bone. I wouldn't want to break his jaw if I like smacked him in the face. You know? So, but yeah, basically what I'm saying is most vegans and vegetarians I've been around, yeah, they're usually not pretty fast. So, yeah. Anyways, the only person I don't want to race is this dude who can literally run the whole thing in a second faster than me, like a 10-second. That's crazy. Maybe the fastest in the world. Yeah, no, the fastest 100-meter in the world. What is the fastest 100-meter in the world? Look that up. That's 1,000, not 100. 9.58 seconds. Usain Bolt. Jeez, bro. That is so freaking fast, dude. Like, getting into the 10s, like a 10:49. Oh, wait, what does this even say, actually? For women, American Florence Griffith Joyner set the world record back in... See, like, even for dudes, so this is the girls' world record. Even for dudes, that is insanely fast. Like, getting into that 10 seconds, like, even one, like, going from an 11.1 something to a 10-second 100-meter is so freaking fast. And then the idea that he went not only from 10 to 9 seconds, like, dude, 9 seconds, that is so freaking fast. So fast. Anyways, sorry, just like that. Man, that is fast. Anyways, back to what we were doing here. JK, I'm sure there's someone who can do it in like 10 seconds. The world record is 9.58 seconds by Usain Bolt, and that is like that is mind-blowingly fast. That is ridiculous. But anyways, but that's 1 second, and apparently it is so hard to get that 1 second. Yeah, it is super hard. Like I said, just going from like an 11:08, going from like an 11:08 100 meters to like a 10:59 100 meters is like ridiculously hard. Just doing that, like that 10-second barrier is insanely hard. Then to hit that 9-second barrier, like that, like there is only so good that you can physically be. Like, this is the thing about weightlifting that I say to people all the time is like, you can be an amazing weightlifter, but everybody will hit a point where their genetics limit them. There is a genetic limit that everyone has innately in them. So you can only train to what your body will let you do. Their body just happens to let them do more. And like me physically, I ran, I think, I don't even remember what I ran, but I ran a fairly fast 100 meters. I want to say it was getting closer to that flat 11, closer to 10 mark. Like, I was running really fast, but genetically, I just don't have the genetics. No matter what I do not have the genetics to run anywhere near a 9. Like, that's just not possible for my body. It's not. And, you know, like, that's just, it's insane, man. A 9.58. Jeez, like, that, yeah, man. That, like, Usain Bolt's just built different. Like, that's where that term comes from. When they say they're built different, that's what they mean. Like, physically, they are just built different. You cannot do that. Most people will never, no matter how hard they train in their entire lives, will never get to that. That's insane. Anyways, rant over. Let me keep reading comments. I'm sure there's push myself. The only part of the track that would kill me are the curves. Okay. Oh yeah, you're talking about just to push yourself. So that's the only other way I would be good in track, is that if I push myself. The problem is that whenever I ran track, the only way you got times back would be whenever you ran at a meet. So if I do 100-meter sprints on the field, right? Whenever I'm not in a track meet, I didn't get
You've had the
time.
idea
If
for
I was
months.
getting
You told
timed
your friends
every
about it,
single
your
time
mom,
I ran
your
100 meters,
mom's-in-law, your
then I would
youngins.
probably be able to
You've worked
compete
out
just in
every
my own
detail,
head.
the name,
Because I'd be
the
like,
logo.
all right, I
Now
know
it's
I can
time
run
to
this
Squarespace.
speed.
But you don't know
I
anything
need
about
to beat
websites?
this speed.
Squarespace it.
That
Worried
would
about
be
it looking
basically
good?
what my
That's
thought
what templates
process
are
would be.
for.
Because I
Squarespace.
can
But you need
basically,
more
I can
websites?
create
Need a whole
competition
brand,
within
social
myself.
campaigns,
That's part of the
promotions,
reason
the
why
whole
I'm
nine yards?
fairly successful
Squarespace.
at
It's that easy.
working out in the
Got an
gym,
idea?
is because
Squarespace.
I know what my
Use
max
offer code
is right
Spotify
now.
for 10% off
So
your
I can,
first website.
being competitive with my
Looking
own
for a way to
self,
make quick cash?
I want to
Making
beat
cash with DoorDash
that
is
PR.
super easy, guys.
I can do
I
that.
love
But the
dropping
problem
off
is with,
discount, and
with
now
like,
I
I
can
can
do
do
that
that
and get
every
paid.
day
Not
in
to
the
mention
gym
the
because
sign-up
I know what my
process
max
is
is.
so
I
easy.
can attempt to
Download
go
the
for a
DoorDash
max if my
driver
body
app
feels
today to
good
get started.
eventually, right? Versus in track, I only got to know how fast I was running in the 100 meters like every 3 weeks or so whenever they had a track meet. So it's like if I were like timing myself every single time I ran 100 meters in track practice, I'd be more able to be just in competition with myself. So that is something I can do, but I actually have to have a metric to compete with. My metric to compete with was inconsistent. It was like every 3 weeks or so in track versus in weightlifting it's like, oh, that's my PR. I can beat a PR like a week later if my body feels like it can do it. Versus track, it was like, I don't know what I ran 3 weeks ago, so I'm just gonna run as fast as I can. Anywho, the only part of my track that will kill me is curves, because I'm gonna be running at top speed in the curves, man. That's part of the reason why I think they say to do the 100 meters, the 400 meters, the way they do. It's like run, stride, sprint, pray, because you start out in the straightaway, so you're running as fast as you can. You stride it out in the curve, then you're sprinting as hard as you can in the straightaway again, and then you're just praying in the curve, which would make sense because you blew all your energy out on the sprint, so you can't run so fast that you potentially mess up on the curve. I think that's part of the reason why they do it that way, is because the two parts that are on the curve are going to be the part that you're naturally going to run slower anyways if you're running it the way they tell you to run. I think that's why they do that. Anyway, I'll fly forward instead of turning. Hopefully not. You bump into somebody else's lane, like take somebody out. That'd stink. My weak but vegetarian bones and muscles. Nah, man. You sound pretty fast. I just know that all the ones that I have been around, at least in America, they do not take care of themselves in the way that they should as far as nutrition is concerned. They just eat, like, essentially, like, if you're a vegetarian and a vegan, you should be eating like beans and lentils and stuff and getting protein in, and then making sure your micro and macronutrients are what they need to be. The vegetarians that I would hang around with, they would just like eat lettuce, and that would be it. They'd like eat fruit and lettuce, and they wouldn't eat lentils, they wouldn't eat like beans and stuff like that. I'm like, bro, you need, like, no matter what your diet is, does not matter what your diet is. You could only eat fruit for all I care. You need protein. Doesn't matter how you get it, you need protein. Like, you need protein. You need some form of sodium. You don't necessarily need carbs, but carbs can be useful. Like, there's, like, protein is one of those things that you need. No matter where you get it from, you need it from somewhere. And those kids, like, a lot of those kids that were vegetarians at my school were not getting protein. And I don't know why, but yeah. Oh, like slap boxing, to see who slaps harder each round. No, slap boxing is essentially like a boxing match, but you're slapping each other instead of punching each other. It's open fist boxing is essentially what it was. Until you give up. My blank school does not allow arm wrestling. Oh, jeez. That's ridiculous. My school allowed arm wrestling all the time. But unfortunately, there was only one kid in my entire school that was actually good at arm wrestling. Like, I could beat everybody in middle school. High school, different story. I didn't even actually arm wrestle people in high school that much. But in middle school, there was only one kid that was actually good at arm wrestling. And even he was slightly hard for me to beat, but that was it. Like, he was the only one. And, like, he beat everybody else. I beat everybody else. And then it was us two. And I think he beat me like once, He might have even beat me twice, but I beat him every other time. But it was hard every single time. Me and him arm wrestled. This kid's name was Noah. But what's sad is like I was like the biggest dude in my middle school, and then I go to high school and I was one of the smallest dudes in my high school because I was surrounded by vegans and vegetarians. So like just by virtue of eating meat, I was one of the biggest dudes in that school. And then I go to high school around like public, because my middle school was like it wasn't a private, it was like what's it called? It wasn't a private middle school. It was like a charter school, whatever that means. It was a charter school. So it was like, you know, you had to get into it, but it wasn't like not everybody could get in, but it didn't cost money to get in. You just had to like apply and justify the need to go there or whatever. Me having dyslexia and ADHD is part of what got me in there. But everybody was like vegan and vegetarian. It was like, yeah, no, just by virtue of eating meat, I was one of the biggest dudes in there. And then I go to a public high school, and public high school where kids have been playing football since elementary school at that high school. Yeah, I was one of the smaller dudes. But I mean, I was still fairly good. Again, I was fairly strong for my size. Like I kept up with the linemen and squat, but like some of those dudes were just freaking massive monsters, like just huge. And so, yeah, no, I was nowhere near big once I was the biggest fish in a small pond. I got put into a bigger pond and realized real quick how small I was. Anyways, but yeah, no, I never really did arm wrestling much in high school, but I arm wrestled a lot in middle school. 9.27 seconds, 2 seconds away from the world record. Yeah. No, that's not how that works. 9.58 seconds was the record. But I think I'm average on, I think I average on 12 seconds. That's still, I mean, that's not too bad. I mean, you could probably run faster than that. Most people, well, not most people. How do I say this? People that are good at sprinting and do sprinting a lot, those people, most of them should be able to easily beat 12 seconds. The reason why I started to say most people is because like my mindset is like for instance, me, I think I look like around average, like as far as musculature, right? I think I look pretty average, but my mindset is of other dudes in the gym, right? So like I look about average, but then if like I take myself out of that mindset and I'm like, wait a minute, most people don't actually go to the gym. Most people don't actually sprint. So compared to most people, I'm actually way above average the way I look physically and the amount of weight I can lift. Whereas in the gym, I'm probably closer to average. You know, like, and that's what I meant by like I averaged 12 seconds, and I was like, I think most people can do that. It's because whenever I think most people, I'm thinking about people that run track. Whenever I think of the broader population, yeah, I don't think most people could run sub 12 seconds. But most people, if you're the type of person that's attracted to track in the first place, I think you can probably, most people that are attracted to track in the first place can run 12 seconds or faster. Most people.
It's that easy.
So you can definitely get faster.
Spotify for 10% off your first
But I remember in a tournament, my teacher shouted 11 point something seconds when I came first. Nice, man. In the 100 meters, 11.6. I think when I'm older, I can hit 10-second mark. You should be able to. It'll be like 10.59, but you should be able to for sure. I'd say by the end of high school. But I think you're getting close, right? But I think before you get into university, what you guys call university, I think by the time you get into university, if you're really wanting to, the thing is, like, once you get into that like 10-second range, you're looking at like a certain point. Like, I think most people that are attracted to track that are good at sprinting can hit a 10-second if they are at their genetic limit. Anything sub 10 seconds, that's pure genetic. Like you're genetic, you're just built to sprint. And I am built to sprint, but not like I'm built to be more of a football player. Like I can put on I'm not really, but like my body is, you know, it's like I like a sprinter, right? If you look at Usain Bolt, I'm not a big dude, but if you look at my body as a whole, not factoring in height, I don't look like a sprinter the way Usain Bolt does. Like that, like that's what you need to look like if you want to be a good sprinter. I'm too bulky to be a good sprinter. And that's just by genetics, I'm going to be bulkier. Even though I'm a skinny dude, compared to Usain Bolt, the way he looks, I look bulky. That's just kind of the way it is. Whereas, but if you compare me to a football player, I look skinny. So, like, it's all in reference, but, you know. Anyways. Spoiler, new rant. Yep. I've never watched my school's tournament on the 300 meters. The first moments of the race is a straight. Oh, is a straight. Wait. I've watched the school. Oh, okay. The first moments of the race is straight. Okay, so it's straight, curve, straight. So, I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't want to give you advice on how to run this 300 meters, but I would just like run as hard as you can, stride it out, and then sprint. That would be kind of like the way I would think about doing it. I wouldn't want to run fast in the curve either. I don't blame you. But yeah. All right. Well, it is currently 4:03. You said, oh, I'm going to end the stream here. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. I will see you guys on the next live stream, Monday through Friday, Eastern Standard Time till around 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Oh, man. I hope you have a good rest of your day, man. I will see you guys on the next live stream.